Yo, what's going on guys? HyperX here. Welcome back to another video for Elden Ring, and in this one I want to give you a quick guide on where to find all of the divine towers. We did a video a little while back on great runes explaining what they were, how to charge them, and where to find the first divine tower, but in this video I want to give you a quick comprehensive guide on all the locations so you can charge all your great runes, find all the divine towers, and of course just then benefit from those buffs. So if you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below if you have any questions, and of course don't forget to keep it locked for plenty more Elden Ring. But let's not waste any time and let's begin with the Limgrave Tower. So for this one, what you want to do is you want to go over to Stormveil Castle, and then one of these things to do is go from either the Rampart Tower or the main gate. You basically want to work your way over to this location here. So if you haven't been there before, then here's a quick route from the Rampart Tower. You can simply go from the site of Grace and you can turn around behind you. You can then go and take the lift down if you have that activated already. You then want to go down there into the room where, of course, you would normally fight the thing with the many arms that I always seem to forget the name of. You then want to run through that room and take a left, go through there, and basically this will bring you into the courtyard. From there, you can then follow the route that I'm taking, which involves going right out the door, basically running down. We're effectively running back towards the sort of main gate, that general area where, of course, you can get pelted if you go through the main gate. But instead, we're going to take a left and go up past the lion you, of course, want to avoid being attacked by. And you then want to run through this room and it'll basically bring you out to this location here, where there is, of course, a site of grace. If you have this already, then, well, I mean, you've probably discovered this tower already. But if you haven't, then, of course, from there, you can simply run forwards and you want to run down the bridge. It's a pretty long bridge. There will, of course, be some stone giants that will waken up and try and take you out. Basically, at the very end of the bridge, there is a teleporter. You take that and it will then take you to the other side of the bridge, which is rather inconveniently broken. And of course from there you simply go and you interact with the door, open that, go through, take the lift to the very top, work your way up the stairs. There is literally one path, and once you get there you will then find the first rune, and upon interacting with this will allow you to charge Godric's Great Rune. Now, moving on from there to the second one, we're actually going to be turning our attention to Caelid, just because this one is the next sort of easiest one to do. The one that, of course, will be the next natural progression will be Liurnia, but you will, of course, require some quest progress, so we'll come to that one in just a moment. For this one, you want to go to this location you see over there. If you haven't got the fast travel points, then, of course, you want to go to the nearest site of grace, which is this one. And you then want to work your way over to the tower. Now, this will, of course, require a little bit of parkour, a little bit of platforming. So if you follow the route that I'm taking right now, quick tip, if you do find the sort of jumping around, navigating, and sort of working your way past enemies a little difficult, you can summon your horse since you are outside. So actually using the horse makes this whole platforming section incredibly easy. Still, of course, watch where you're going. But basically, you're going to be working your way up the ladders until you get to the top. And then there is a site of grace, which, of course, gives you a nice checkpoint in case you fall off and die. From there, instead of going and taking the doorway that is in front of you, which of course leads down into the tower, what you instead want to do is turn around and go up the stairs through this little doorway here. When you get to the top, there will then be a left. You simply use that to open up the door, and same principle, take the lift to the top, follow the staircase, and you'll then be able to go and activate the second rune, which of course is Radahn's. Now, for this next one, the one in Liurnia, of course, as mentioned, this will require some quest progress. You will need to have completed, or at least kind of done part of Ranni's questline, up until the point you are given the Carrion Inverted Statue. This is a necessary item, so if you have not done that, I will link the Moonlight Greatsword video in the description box down below. You can follow the steps in that to get to the point, at least until you've got that statue, and then, of course, you'll be ready. From there, what you then need to do is you need to go over to this location you see on the map right now. You can work your way down and around from the Artist Shack, but basically what you want to do is get to the Study Hall entrance. When you walk in here, there will be a location where you can then place down that inverted statue, and it plays a little cool cutscene, and basically you'll be flipping the tower upside down. From there, you are then going to want to follow the route that I'm taking right now, which will of course involve going behind the altar and basically dropping down. It's actually kind of cool working your way through here because of course everything is upside down. It does rather conveniently create some platforms for you, but you do want to watch out. There are some of those sort of creepy hands. There's also a mage invader who is incredibly accurate with his spells, so definitely take him out, or at least watch out for him. But if you follow this route that I'm taking right now, it'll then take you down to a lift. From that lift, you can then simply run and walk forwards. You can then interact with the door, which again is upside down. And that brings you over to another bridge, which you can then run down. You will, of course, need to fight another enemy. There is, of course, a Godskin down there. Defeat him, and you can then run simply to the very end of the bridge. And same principle, go in, take the lift, go to the top, and you can then activate the next rune. Although this one is not the same principle. This one is the Rune of Death, of course, again, tying into the sort of Rani/Fear questline. So not necessarily going to be the same behavior as before, but still pretty important. And again, another Divine Tower. So from there, we're then going to be moving over to the West Altus Tower. There are actually two towers in the Altus Plateau, the west one and the east one. Starting with the west one, what you want to do is go over to the nearest site of grace, which of course will be the Outer Wall Phantom Tree, assuming you have not got access to the tunnel just yet. From there, you then want to work your way down, and we're basically going to the sealed tunnel down here. You simply run down the lake, and you then follow the pathway down, run to the back corner, and there is, of course, an entrance to the sealed cave. Now, from here, there will be a few pathways that will involve you having to hit invisible walls, or secret walls, should I say. So the first one is, of course, once you run through the doorway, you then want to take a right, go past this debris, and then in this corner that is seemingly a dead end, it is actually not a dead end. You simply need to attack that wall, and that will reveal your pathway. From there, you then want to follow the route that I'm taking right now, which will take you down the lift, through a few more illusion walls, and we're going to navigate our way down some tree branches to get to the bottom. From here, when you walk into the next room, there will be a boss battle. You have to defeat the Onyx Lord. Not too difficult, but once you've taken him out, you will then be able to go through the back door, and this will then lead you to the next tower. Same thing as before, open the door, take the lift up, go to the top, activate the rune. As for the East Altus Plateau Tower, what you want to do is go from the Forbidden Lands and basically go back down, or of course you can go from the capital and you can work your way down this pathway here. Depending on where you are in the story, that may be easier said than done. I will of course leave the specifics out of this. The main thing is you want to work your way over to here. This is basically where the lift is that will take you up to the Forbidden Lands, but instead of taking that lift, what you then want to do is go right through the doorway, and you then walk out onto the bridge. Again, before you can run simply down there to the tower at the end, you will again have to defeat a boss. You have to fight the two Fell Twins. Actually pretty cool because of course the whole sort of arena goes dark. But defeat them and you will then be just outside the door. Open the door, take the lift, activate the rune, and that is the East Altus Tower. Then finally, for the last one, you want to do this one much nearer to the end of the game. Of course, this is Melania's Rune. For this one, you want to go to the bottom of Limgrave, and you want to work your way over to the Tower of Return. Some of you guys might have taken this tower really early at the beginning of the game and got teleported to a very high level area and been in a bit of a predicament. Basically, we're going to go and take that same route. Climb to the top, interact with the chest, it'll then teleport you over to the Leyndell Ashen capital. From there, you then take the stairs up, you simply take a left, ignore the stone golem, and take the teleporter. This will then bring you over to the isolated tower, which is located over here on the map. Interesting note, if you guys actually link all of these together, they appear to kind of create this little sort of hexagon, and if you actually do intersecting crossing lines, they all seem to point at this weird mysterious cloud in the middle, so quite whether that points at maybe a DLC location does of course remain to be seen. But anyway, outside of that, go in, open the door, take the lift, activate the rune, and now you've found all 6 divine towers. So, there you have it. Hopefully you guys found that helpful. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you missed our recent upload, be sure to check out this one. And again, keep it locked on the channel for plenty more Elden Ring.